how did God judge people who lived before Jesus? It's so important we understand this because it leads us to really being grateful for the sacrifice that Jesus took for us. If you open the Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, you will see a common theme. Bring an animal to the altar and sacrifice it for God over and over again. From goats to birds to lambs, sacrifice after sacrifice. But why did God demand this from people who sinned before Jesus? And why don't we have to do it anymore? Here's the truth. Before Jesus came, sin still separated people from God. God is holy, meaning he is perfect, pure, without evil. And sin destroys everything it touches. And we know the cost of sin is death. So instead of letting people die for their sins, God allowed an innocent animal to take their place. And this is not because God is cruel, not because God enjoys sacrifice, but because he wanted to show us two things. Number one, sin always has a cost. We treat sin lightly. We say everyone sins, or it's not that deep. But sin destroys souls, families, generations. God wanted people to see this. And number two, forgiveness always requires substitute. Someone innocent always pays for the guilty. Someone pure takes the place of the broken. And that innocent life, that lamb, that goat, it was a symbol. It was a shadow, it was a preview if you could say, because the animal's blood could cover sin for a moment, but it can never remove sin. It can never change the heart. It can never heal the soul, never restore the relationship with God permanently. And this was mercy, it wasn't cruelty. It was God saying, instead of taking your life, I'll allow something else to stand in your place until the true sacrifice arrives. Now imagine living under that system. It's horrible. Bringing animals constantly, always wondering if you did enough, always carrying guilt, always feeling unclean, always needing another offering. It's not only exhausting, it's very heavy. It's incomplete. And that's why Jesus came. Jesus became the final perfect sacrifice, the Lamb of God, the one whose blood didn't just cover sin, it erased it. When Jesus died, he didn't just end sin, he ended the entire sacrificial system. He ended the distance between you and God. He ended the need for animals on an altar. He ended guilt and shame having the last word. And you better believe when he said, "It is finished," he meant it. So when people say God is cruel for allowing animals to die, they don't realize something. God was actually sparing them, protecting them, covering them, preparing them, and pointing the entire world toward the only sacrifice that could save us, Jesus, the perfect Lamb. That's why we're grateful. That's why we worship. That's why we honor him, because he took the punishment so we wouldn't have to.